Wow, that's such a cool idea to build. Why didn't I figure it out myself? Let's learn how to build a submarine.
Round 1.
I swim out to the very middle of the lake because a submarine needs deep water to look right. I start building the front of the sub using lime concrete, mixing full blocks and stairs so the nose looks rounded and not just like a flat box. Lime is a really fun color for a submarine because it is bright and cartoon-like, almost like a little toy explorer ship. It is also easy to see under the dark water. After the nose looks good, I place 2 fans right on the front. I think they are supposed to be little propellers or engines to help the sub steer. They look kind of funny, stuck to the front instead of the back, but they add cool mechanical details to my simple lime shape. Building on water is always a bit tricky because you have to hold your breath and keep floating up, but I am moving fast. Next, I build the big windshield for the submarine so the driver can see where they are going under the water. A good windshield is super important for an underwater ship, or else it just looks like a blind metal tube. I use clear glass so it looks open and bright. Then I keep going backward, building the rest of the body using different shapes of lime concrete. I use slabs and stairs to keep the top and bottom smooth, making the sub look like a long, fat pill. A round shape is best for submarines because real ones are shaped like that to handle water pressure. Even though my build is just a funny green boat, smoothing the edges makes it look much more believable. I make sure the body is long enough to fit someone inside, even if I am not building a whole interior right now. To finish my little green explorer, I swim up to the top and add a tall rod pointing straight up into the air. This is the periscope. A periscope is the most famous part of any submarine because it lets the people inside look at the surface without coming all the way up. I use a simple pole shape so it stands out clearly against the sky. It breaks up the smooth round shape of the sub and makes the whole build look taller. Phew, it took so much effort. Great, my submarine is ready.
What? Hello?
Hey, Banana Kid, look, I built it. Do you like?
No.
What? Would any fish in the ocean swallow such a small submarine?
Oh.
It's a pity, but I tried so hard. Maybe then you'll try to build a better submarine yourself.
Yay!
They ran to the place. This is where your building will be. Are you ready?
Yahoo!
Then go ahead.
Round 2.
Banana Kid starts his build right on top of the water. And of course, he is using solid gold blocks. He always uses gold. He begins by laying out a long, curved shape that looks exactly like a giant golden fish. Building a sub to look like a fish is actually a really creative idea. Because fish are the ultimate underwater experts. A fish shape naturally looks like it belongs in the ocean. It gives the build a very organic, smooth outline. He is placing the heavy gold blocks very carefully. Making sure the belly of the sub dips down into the water while the back curves upward. Gold is a terrible material for a real submarine because it is so heavy it would sink like a stone. But in Minecraft, it makes the build look incredibly rich and magical. Now, Banana Kid moves to the front of his golden fish and starts adding the glass. He uses light blue glass for the main front windows and also for a big window on the top of the head. Light blue glass is a perfect choice because it matches the color of the water and sky, making the sub look clean and modern. The front window looks like the fish's mouth or giant eye, which gives the submarine a lot of personality. Putting glass on top is also a smart design move because it lets sunlight into the sub, acting like a giant skylight. The contrast between the bright, clear blue glass and the heavy, shiny gold blocks makes the front of the submarine look very detailed and expensive. Banana Kid moves to the sides of the golden fish and starts making smaller windows, but he does something very unusual. Instead of using glass, he uses oak trapdoors. He places them along the side of the hull, and they look exactly like little wooden portholes that can be opened and closed. This is a brilliant detail. It mixes a classic, old-world nautical feel with his fancy gold design. The oak wood adds a warm brown color that breaks up the massive wall of yellow gold. It makes the submarine look like a steampunk vessel or a pirate ship from a fantasy story. The trapdoors add texture and function to an otherwise smooth, flat side. He is not done with the sides yet. Banana Kid decides to add even more complex windows. He uses oak stairs, oak trapdoors, and light blue glass to build perfect, round portholes. This is a very advanced building trick. By facing stairs inward toward each other and using the glass in the center, he creates the illusion of a true circle in a game made entirely of squares. Round windows are iconic for submarines. They handle water pressure better than square windows in real life. And visually, they just scream, underwater vessel. The combination of the warm oak framing and the cool blue glass center looks absolutely fantastic against the gold hull. He is really putting a lot of effort into the side details today. Banana Kid swims to the very back of the build to finish the fish shape. He constructs a large tail using white quartz blocks. This is a huge visual change. The bright, pure white quartz creates a massive contrast with the solid gold body. The tail is shaped like a real fish fin, sweeping up and down. A tail on a submarine usually acts as the rudder and the propeller housing, steering the ship through the water. By making it white, he draws the viewer's eye all the way from the blue glass at the front to the bright tail at the back, forcing you to look at the entire length of the build. The quartz makes the submarine look sleek, fast, and very intentionally designed. To top off his golden fish sub, Banana Kid climbs onto the roof and builds a periscope. He uses stone walls to create a tall, thin tube sticking straight up into the air. Stone walls are great for this because they are thinner than full blocks but look much stronger than simple fences. A periscope is absolutely necessary for any submarine build. It is the classic silhouette detail. Without it, the build might just look like a strange golden whale. The gray stone adds a touch of industrial mechanical realism to the shiny, fantasy-like golden quartz. It proves that this is a machine, not a living creature. Banana Kid steps back and looks at his finished golden fish submarine. It is incredibly unique. The solid gold body makes it look like a royal treasure, while the white quartz tail gives it speed and direction. The mix of modern light blue glass and old-fashioned oak trapdoor portholes creates a really cool steampunk vibe.
Ta-da! Yay!
Where did everyone run off to? Hey guys, what's all that noise?
Banana Kid and I are building a submarine, JJ. Who did it better?
Oh, both of your buildings look great, but I think it's up to the audience to decide who did the best.
Yes, JJ, you're right. Maybe then you have comments on the construction of Banana Kid?
Yes, there are a couple of comments. It seems to me that you have made a very boring submarine.
I totally agree with you, JJ. Maybe you will build a submarine?
Okay, then let's run to the place as soon as possible.
JJ, good luck to you. We'll wait in the house.
But?
Thanks, guys. Then I'm starting. Round 3. I begin my submarine project by establishing the primary hull structure using gold blocks. I construct the front section of the vessel first because the nose dictates the width and direction of the entire machine. Gold is a very dense and heavy material, which makes it perfect for a deep sea vessel that needs to sink quickly and withstand immense underwater pressure. By placing these solid yellow blocks at the base, I create a very strong and highly visible foundation. In structural engineering, the lowest parts of a vehicle must carry the visual and physical weight of all the sections built above them. The bright yellow color also ensures that the submarine will be highly visible in the murky, dark depths of the ocean. This firm starting point gives me a reliable grid for the rest of the architecture. A good build always needs a strong anchor point to prevent mistakes later. It is very important to get this front shape perfectly aligned before moving backward. Following the shape of the nose, I extend the gold blocks backward to create the long side walls of the submarine. A proper submarine requires a long cylindrical body to house the crew, the heavy engines, and all the necessary life support systems. I keep the side walls perfectly symmetrical because any imbalance in an underwater vehicle would cause it to roll dangerously or steer poorly under the water. Symmetry is absolutely crucial in any kind of hydrodynamic design. I also make sure the inner hull is wide enough to provide a comfortable living space inside. If the walls are placed too close together, the interior becomes cramped and entirely unusable for the crew. The golden sides now form a massive, continuous shell that protects the inner cabin from the harsh surrounding water environment. The vehicle is really starting to show its massive scale. A long hull also helps the ship maintain a straight path when traveling at high speeds. To reinforce the upper section of the submarine, I add a thick layer of diamond blocks right on top of the golden side walls. Diamond is one of the hardest materials in the game, providing an impenetrable roof against any hostile sea creatures or falling debris from above. From a visual design standpoint, the bright cyan color of the diamond blocks creates a stunning and sharp contrast against the warm yellow gold below it. In architectural design, placing a cooler color on top of a warmer color helps to break up a massive shape and prevents the build from looking like a single boring block of metal. This beautiful two-tone color scheme makes the submarine look highly advanced, expensive, and engineered with premium materials. The upper hull is now incredibly secure, and the bright colors make the ship look like a true scientific marvel. Layering different rare blocks proves that this is a top-tier exploration vessel. A submarine is completely useless if the pilot cannot see the surrounding ocean, so I install viewing ports using cyan glass. I place these glass blocks seamlessly into the designated window spaces along the front and sides of the hull. I specifically choose cyan glass because it harmonizes beautifully with the diamond blocks above it, maintaining the cool, aquatic color palette of the upper ship. Tinted glass is also much better than clear glass for underwater vessels because it reduces the harsh glare of the sun filtering down through the shallow water. It also gives the windows a thicker, more highly pressurized appearance. These reinforced viewing ports allow the crew to safely observe the deep sea environment without compromising the structural integrity of the golden hull. Good visibility is the most important safety feature of any vehicle. By matching the glass color to the diamonds, the entire exterior looks perfectly unified. To refine the upper profile of the submarine, I begin layering blocks of quartz over the top of the diamond sections. Quartz has a smooth, pristine white texture that looks exactly like polished, high-tech armor plating. I use this bright white material to cap the roof and soften the harsh right angles left by the square diamond blocks. In vehicle design, the roofline is highly critical for establishing the overall silhouette. By adding this bright white layer, I draw the viewer's eye upward, making the vessel look slightly taller and much more elegant. The smooth quartz also suggests that the submarine is a modern, scientific research vessel rather than an old, rusty military machine. The top of the ship now looks properly sealed and beautifully finished. A clean roof stops the vehicle from looking like a flat, heavy box floating in the water. It brings a necessary brightness that balances out the heavy gold blocks sitting at the bottom. I carefully sculpt the quartz and the surrounding blocks to give the entire submarine the streamlined form of a giant fish. This is not just a stylistic choice. It is based on the real science of biomimicry. Fish have evolved over millions of years to move through water with the absolute minimum amount of drag. By shaping the front of the submarine into a smooth, rounded curve and tapering the main body toward the rear, I drastically improve its visual hydrodynamics. A blocky, square submarine looks incredibly slow and clumsy, but a teardrop or fish-like shape looks fast and highly efficient. This organic curvature allows the water to visually flow seamlessly around the hull, reducing friction and giving the machine a highly natural appearance. Nature always provides the best engineering blueprints for vehicles that need to travel through liquid. The fish shape also makes the vehicle look like a natural part of the ocean ecosystem. Moving to the very back of the vessel, I construct the tail section using a mixture of gold and diamond blocks. The tail acts as the primary rudder and stabilizer for the submarine, keeping it pointed in the correct direction while moving through turbulent currents. I designed the tail to mirror the fins of a real fish, sweeping the blocks slightly upward and downward for maximum stability. Repeating the gold and diamond materials here is a highly vital design rule. It ties the rear of the ship back to the main body, ensuring the entire vehicle looks like one unified piece of technology. If I used a completely new material for the tail, it would look like it was broken and replaced with cheap scrap parts. The matching colors keep the overall design professional and complete. A strong tail guarantees that the ship will never lose its balance in the deep sea. It creates a perfect visual bookend that balances out the heavy golden nose at the front. Directly in the center of the tail assembly, I place a cluster of red concrete blocks. This vibrant red section represents the main propulsion engine and the exhaust port of the submarine. Red is the universal color for heat, raw power, and mechanical energy. By placing it at the very rear of the ship, it creates a brilliant focal point that suggests the intense thermal output of a powerful underwater motor. In color theory, a small splash of a warm, aggressive color like red stands out perfectly against a massive sea of cool blues, crisp whites, and shiny yellows. This tiny detail transforms the static tail structure into a functional, active engine room that looks ready to push the heavy golden submarine forward. A vehicle, statue, always looks much better when you can clearly identify exactly how it generates its movement and speed. The bright red engine block gives the whole machine a sense of action and purpose. As I inspect the exterior hull, I notice several small gaps and structural voids between the main blocks. I meticulously fill these empty spaces using blue glazed terracotta. This material choice is highly deliberate and important. Glazed terracotta features a complex, intricate pattern that looks exactly like exposed wiring, pressure pipes, or advanced internal circuitry. By placing this dark, textured block in the recessed areas, I create the illusion of deep mechanical complexity hiding beneath the smooth outer armor. The dark blue color recedes visually, which pushes the bright gold and quartz blocks forward, adding tremendous three-dimensional depth to the flat walls. This meticulous attention to negative space elevates the build from a simple hollow shell into a believable, highly engineered machine. The tiny details always make the biggest difference. It proves that the submarine is packed full of advanced aquatic technology and life support systems. With the hydrodynamic exterior completely sealed, I move inside the submarine to finish the internal architecture. I place any missing structural blocks along the inner walls to ensure the cabin is absolutely watertight and completely safe from the crushing ocean pressure. I also install vertical ladders to allow the crew to move easily and safely between the different elevation levels of the hull. A beautiful exterior is entirely useless if the interior cannot be navigated properly. It is finally time for furniture. I head straight to the front of the cabin behind the cyan glass and install an impressive array of mechanical blocks, buttons, and levers. This creates a highly technical command center where the captain can steer the ship, monitor the ocean depth, and control the engine output. The cockpit is now ready for a pilot to take the wheel. Having a clear navigation zone makes the interior feel like a true working vessel. I move to the midsection of the submarine to set up the living quarters and utility stations. I place comfortable beds so the crew can rest peacefully during long, deep-sea expeditions. To support magical research, I arrange wooden bookshelves around an enchanting table, and I set up a brewing stand next to a cauldron filled with fresh water for potion crafting. I also position strong armor stands along the walls, providing secure storage for diving suits or combat gear in case of terrible underwater emergencies. Finally, I lay a vibrant red carpet across the entire interior floor. The red carpet adds essential visual warmth to the cold metallic cabin and ties perfectly with the red engine block sitting outside. The submarine is now a luxurious and fully functional underwater base, ready to explore the deepest trenches of the Minecraft ocean. It balances survival needs with high-end comfort in a very confined and clever space. Great! My submarine is ready! It's time for me to show it to the guys.
Wow, JJ, you've got such a beautiful submarine. I really like...
Thank you guys. I am very glad that you liked my building. Friends, be sure to write in the comments whose building you liked the most. Well, I think it's time for us to finish.
Yes, JJ, you're right!
Subscribe and like. Bye-bye.